Everybody, Steve here. So there's a lot of new viewers and people that just haven't gotten around to seeing the videos, whatever. So I am working here in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates, and I'm a C-17 sim instructor. So the video today is big news. Big news. I just wanted to let y'all in on it. I've kind of let all the people know that need to know ahead of time before y'all. But I wanted to share something with you that my plan, I've talked it over with Arlene, prayed about it a lot, and the plan is to finish out this contract, which takes me through the 2nd of November, and to come home. I'm going to come home and back to the ravishing Mrs. Ritter, South Carolina, and got some other plans. We had originally, when I left teaching, I taught in high school, junior ROTC for a couple of years. And in early 2019, I came back on with Delaware Resource Group, DRG, to be a sim instructor, C-17 sim instructor. I came back on, I did it part-time for a year. And then was gonna come back over in 2020, and then COVID hit. So we got through all of that and got to the November of 20. It's when I finally made my way out here. So I've been here working here since November 2020. And I come home a couple times, and Arlene came out once last year. And the plan was always for her to come here and eventually come here. We would live here full time and sell our house back in Charleston and come here full time and just, save all this money, do this for a couple of years, and until, grandkids started showing up, and then kind of make our way back to a farm. That was kind of the big picture plan, plans change, things change, and COVID happened, and that kind of changed everything with travel, and it just kind of made things a lot more difficult. Travel's kind of easing it up now a lot compared to what it was, but travel, and then the family and things the kids have been going through, and when we first started down that road, then Nathan gets married, and he's got a couple of kids now, and William got married, and Benjamin graduated college just recently, or went off to college and graduated, and then Bella finished high school and she starts college. So Arlene wanted to be there for the kids, and she was an emotional superstar. She was there for them whenever they needed a call, and they called a lot. And then, I'd get to chime in kind of, hey, here's what I think too. But Arlene really carried the load there, and she said, I'm tired of it. I need you here. I'd like you to be here. Sometimes that's a different thing, isn't it? Sometimes somebody needs you, but it's nice when they need you and they want you there too, and that's what it is with Arlene. And I miss my best friend, so I'm here all the time, and I miss her. I know a lot of you said that with the videos that I did while she was over here, how my demeanor seemed to change and how I brightened up, and that's true. And I miss her. So that's the plan. I've got a few days leave left over. I'm gonna use those to I'm gonna leave a little bit early from here in the end of October and go home. Now the plan, and I never thought I'd say this because this was never the idea, this was never the plan, because it didn't interest me at all until probably 6 months ago. It really started kind of going, well, maybe. And I think that's the Lord working. I think that's, things change. And, God, like I said before, God doesn't always show us the end of the road. He shows us up to the next bend. But the plan is I'm going to take a shot at flying with Airlines. I think that's what I'm going to do. I've talked with a bunch of friends of mine that have done it or are doing it. And it's really kind of assuaged my fears and concerns. And And I think I really, would enjoy the lifestyle and doing that. I certainly would be home more than I am now. But that's the idea, I think. And don't know which one I want to fly with. We're looking hard. Kind of comes down to where you want to live and be based, and which base you're out of, which airport is your domicile, and then is that where we want to live. So that's the big question. And then, so we're looking at different airlines and everything else, and so I got a lot of work to do between now and then, a lot of studying to do. I've got to, when I get home, I've got to take my airline transport pilot ATP. I have to take that training, and that requires a check ride to get that certification. And if you have your ATP, then you can, and you have a minimum number of hours, you can apply for the airlines, and that's the plan. So, I've been, you can read all in the newspaper. A lot of you probably have been impacted. Those that have been flying, that there's been a big pilot shortage, and that's true. I mean, a lot of guys left with the COVID, that took the buyouts with the airlines did that a lot. They when airline travel really pared back, well, they're just bleeding money left and right. So they said, well, let's give the senior pilots a early retirement. Let's offer them that so that they wouldn't have to furlough the junior pilots. And that's ended up what happened. And then, of course, then airline travel's coming back up now, and you've got, it takes time. So there's a pilot shortage, and especially an experienced pilot shortage. So everything that I've been talking with folks about, it sounds like, not that I'd be a shoo-in or anything, and I would presume to say that, but certainly I'm liking my chances. So it's just a matter of which airline, So anyway, that's the plan. Is it, with an airline or with a cargo carrying too? I mean, what you got FedEx, and there's some other cargo carrying companies. I don't know. I'm looking at all of that. So that's the big news. That's the big plan. Like I said, lots of studying, depart in October. And then, what really set the hook for me, I was talking with Arlene about it, and she had, of course, been talking with Nathan and relaying that. Nathan's my oldest son. And, we've always been talking about getting a farm and working a farm together. And he said, Daddy's working with the airlines, and then, if I decided to get out and got on with the airlines too, that would, we would be able to work the farm together. Maybe not a full-time like commercial farm, but like a gentleman's farm, and we certainly could grow our own stuff and have a homestead and continue. And and that's the plan, is a gentleman's farm, probably 2 years down the road, getting a gentleman's farm and getting started with that. I mean, that timeline would be sooner than what I would have done if I'd stayed here and worked. So that's a goodness there. So that's the idea. That's the big news. That's the plan. It was tough. I let my company know, it was hard to do. Although a lot of those of us that came up through the military, it's all about your unit and the cohesion, and you really don't want to let your buddies down. And there's always that, like if you go to another duty station, you're almost kind of letting your buddies down, and that's just in the culture, So I retired, and I get into the civilian world, and all the jobs that I've been in since I've gotten out of the military, everybody's been like, well, great. Oh, you got to do what you got to do for your family. Great. Good luck. We're glad to have you. And I'm like, it's kind of shocking. I mean, you're not angry or anything? No, I mean, you got to take care of your family, So that's, I guess, I mean, after 23 years in the Air Force, it's hard for me to get used to that. but that's the plan. The toughest thing was letting the guys know at work, and I've really grown fond of them, and I always have been fond, and I really enjoy going to work. I really enjoy being around them. We laugh, and it's just a professional group of folks, and I enjoy my time with them, and that was hard because we were really. I was really looking forward to the next year or two, working there. But things change, plans change, and I'm going to go home and be with my family a lot more. And I'm looking forward to that, seeing my granddaughter a lot more, granddaughters, and who knows, And then all the times now, so you've got Nathan in the Navy, William in the Navy, he's deployed right now. I got Benjamin in the Coast Guard, he's deployed. He's out at sea now, and Bella in college. So the rare times when all the kids like the planets align and they all fall in on the same place and are in the same place. I just want to make sure that I can be there for that too. That's really what's driving it. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you and let you know, and you'll be right along with me on the journey. As we go along, I'll take you along and let you know how everything's going. And anyway, so if you have any questions, let me know down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. So I'm pretty excited, and I feel at peace about it, about the decision. So looking forward to it. So here we go. All right. See you next time.